Hello, everyone. Welcome to Peer-to-Peer Real Estate Show. I'm your host, Willie Morales. And on today's show, I have Rudy Kusuma. Did I get your last name right?
Yes, that's right. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Rudy L. Kusuma is a leader in the real estate industry, standing behind a set of core value clients have come to appreciate in a realtor. If you have a desire to buy or sell a home or build a multi-million-dollar real estate team, Rudy L. Kusuma will share his secrets. He offers cutting-edge lead generation technology, pro-business growth systems, exclusive listing marketing, and millionaire agent training. Rudy, thank you so much for being on Peer-to-Peer Real Estate Show. How are you?
It's a pleasure to be here, William. Thank you.
No, listen, it's my pleasure. So, Rudy, I always ask everybody this type of question. Did you know early on that you wanted to be an entrepreneur? Was this something that you grew up with, or this fell into your lap, or you knew at the age of 5 or 6 you were going to be the next Warren Buffett in real estate?
No, William. My family and I. My dad is he's a high-paid employee. He's working at the JVC Electronics. My mom is an office assistant. So growing up, I grew up in a family. We never talk about money. We never talk about business. We never talk about sales. In fact, when I was in college, Santa Monica College, my goal is to work for NASA. My major was astronomy. I went to school in Wisconsin. My major was astronomy and mathematics.
Wow, that's okay. So when did you make the shift that you wanted to be an entrepreneur? When did that happen then? And once you made that choice, did you get the support that you needed, or did you get any pushback from friends and family saying, no, stay with your choice of career, working in NASA, being an engineer, being an astronaut, whatever it was? Did you get pushback, or you got the support that you needed?
Yeah, I mean, it's the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? So after I graduated from college, I got my bachelor in mathematics, and I was about to do my graduate school, and then there's a gap, right? There was a 3 month gap before my graduate school. Somebody gave me a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read that book. I dropped out of college. My mom cried. My mom sent me to school here. I was born and raised in Indonesia. So I came here as an international student. So my mom saved a lot of money just for me to be able to pay the tuitions here. Drop out of school, get married, and I start selling door to door, basically becoming a door to door salesman, because really I don't know anything about sales. So the easiest way to learn is just by doing it. So I went to swap meet. I was selling just some knickknacks, on swap meet, and then I was selling door to door. So that, and then I got into real estate because one of my customers back then, I was selling promotional products door to door, and one of my customers is a real estate broker, and he told me, I went to his, I like selling to real estate officers because I just have to convince the manager or brokers. If they allow me to speak on the sales meeting, then I get all the agents, right? So I was selling these promotional products where the agents can print their name on pens and paper and stuff like that. So he asked me to get my real estate license because he told me that I was persistent. I always follow up. Remember, I was selling a 20 cents pens and papers, right? So, and he told me I'll be good in real estate.
Wow, that's amazing. So, when you became a realtor, what was it about being a realtor that appealed to you? What was it about that that made you want to become a realtor that you are now? What was it that drove you to do that?
Well, initially what attracted me was the money, right? Because then it makes a lot of money in a very short period of time. Remember, I was selling a 20 cents pen. I really have to sell like literally containers of pen just to make a few bucks here and there. But so initially what attracted me to in this industry is the money. But then later on, what gets me excited and continue to grow and develop is the business concept. I don't look at it as a real estate. I look at it as in a normal business, there's this team concept. When I was selling pens, the company that I work for, they have a sales department, they have a manufacturing, they have a department. It's a team of specialists. Everybody have a specific role in the job. But in real estate, I was surprised because essentially it's a one-man show, right? Me as a brand new agent, my broker asked me to do all these things by myself. So I was like, so it gets me excited because I was like, that means what if we introduce the same concept of having a team of specialists to do a specific job in the sale of a house? Then then we can redefine this job of a real estate agents, be more productive. At the end of the day, the customer wins because now the customer get the highest level of service because the agents are not busy. As you know, 80% of the time, real estate agents' time, they are busy just looking for customers. But what if we have all this back support so the agents can focus 100% of the time actually working for the clients? Right. So that's what kept me going on to, and that's a never-ending, obviously, never-ending improvement on how to perfect the system.
No, I like that. You know, because I want to talk about your training early on, because Rudy, I was a real estate agent for like 5 minutes back in 2008 and 2009. And I'm going to be honest with you, I had to learn as I go. There was no training. So how did you get your training? How did you learn to become the successful real estate agent, realtor that you are now? What did you learn? How did you read a lot? Did you, I mean, back in, I don't know when you became a realtor, but now it's much easier to learn. But back then when I did it in 2008 and 9, I didn't have, you know, for me, I don't even remember if YouTube was around back then. But how did you get your training early on?
Yeah, so I got my license in 2007, and by nature, I guess I like to learn. So I took every single classes, every single designation that the CAR, California Association of Realtors, and the National Association of Realtors, almost every designation. I took everything within my first 2 years. But my real breakthrough is when I came across the #1 Remax agent in the world, Craig Proctor, right? So Craig Proctor was the #1 real estate agent in the world, and essentially cross paths with him, sharing, he shared with me how he built a team. So that's when I become a student of direct marketing, become a student of the team model, essentially duplicating what he's done. He's based in Canada, so I become a student on what the people are doing successful. I think Tony Robbins that said, today, whatever you want in life, somebody else has done it, right?
Yes,
so
model someone. Yes,
modeling.
yes. Yeah. That's perfect. I love that. So when did you start your home sold guaranteed realty? When did you start that?
I've been a Remax agent for a long time. And so the last time I was with Remax, so this is a funny story because when I was with Remax, I was the #1 Remax team in California. My team sell about 400 to 500 homes a year. Wow. But I think I'm the only Remax guy that did not put the balloons on it, right? So one day Remax called me and says, hey, because you have to put the balloons on it. I did an experiment. William, I did an experiment on the marketing experiment. And this is nothing against Remax, okay? I'm just talking in general. It's just my experience. So I did an experiment. I sent 30,000 postcards. So one with let's call it industry norms and standards, right? With the ABC Realty on it, right? The normal, typical industry norm standard with the ABC Realty on it. And then the other 30,000 set of postcard, I put what's called a unique selling proposition, a USP. So my unique selling proposition is your home sold, guaranteed, or I'll buy it. I learned this from the #1 Remax agent in the world, right? So I did a test run, sent 30,000 postcard in the it's just 2 different design. One, the industry norms, the other one focus on the customer, focus on the unique selling proposition. And guess what? For 3 years, I did this experiment on postcard, on billboards, on radio. Again, I run a radio. One says ABC Realty, and you can fill in the blank with any realty, doesn't matter. Right. That's the industry norms and standard. The second one is with your home sold, guaranteed, or I'll buy it. For 3 years, I did that experiment. I track every calls because I put a different phone numbers and stuff. And guess what? The more I focus on the customers, the more I focus on your home sold, guaranteed, or I'll buy it, the result is at between 5 to 10 times more effective. I get more calls. People are calling me than if I position myself as the normal real estate agent. So at the end of at the end of 2019, my franchise with Remax expired. I didn't renew it, and then I just focused on what works, right? So what works is this unique selling proposition, your home sold guarantee, I'll buy it, and then I realized in 2019, like nowadays, basically technology is very important. SEO machine, the Google.
Yeah.
So how can you, in California, I'm not sure where you are, in California, William, the law requires us to put the brokerage name.
Oh, okay.
Right? You have to. So ABC Realty, you have to put ABC Realty. In fact, ABC Realty have to be bigger in font size than you. So if your name is Rudy Kusuma, I have to put ABC Realty, Rudy Kusuma by law, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, wow. But I remember 3 years prior to this, I already did an experiment. The more I put ABC Realty, the less call I get because the consumer associate me just like I'm another agent. So the brilliant ideas, I must, again, this is called mastermind, right? Having a conversation with top agents. So Craig Proctor, Todd Walters, these are top Remax agent in the world. So hey, so I remember one of the conversation was, what if your company name is your brand, is your USP, and your USP is your brand? I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, let's make that USP, right? This is Craig, and Todd was talking to me, and he was like, hey, you make a lot of like $5 million, whatever, by putting your home sold guarantee. What if we position that unique selling proposition be your company name? I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, that will be the company name, your home sold guaranteed realty. Now, by law, you have to put that because you said you did an experiment for 3 years and that works well. I said, wow, that's a brilliant idea. So I quickly filed to Secretary of State, filed it to Department of Real Estate. They approved my application. So that's when our company name came about, William. I know it's a long story, but there's,
No,
a,
that's
reason,
okay.
there's a reason behind that.
No, we're talking with Rudy Kusuma of Your Home Sold Guarantee Realty, and that's a great name because now you're putting your reputation behind the business. You're putting your, I guess you could say your personal brand by saying, hey, you know what? Your home sold guaranteed. And I think it's brilliant. I mean, obviously it's been working so far. So, Rudy, one thing I've heard is that a lot of real estate firms or some real estate firms don't have the training for their agents. So what makes yours different? What did you do that some of these other companies didn't do? What was that training like for your agents to make yourself not only you're successful, but your team successful?
Yeah, I think this is where we need to be clear on the definition of team, William, because most people in this business now, they call themselves a team, right? When I was with Coldwell Banker before, I remember my broker took a picture in front of the Coldwell Banker office and says, this is our Coldwell Banker team. But we both know just because two real estate agents in the same office, those two agents, technically, they're just separate individuals, they are technically competitors. They're competing with each other, right? They're not a team. They're just staying under the same roof. So your home sold guaranteed realty, when we talk about a team, we are talking about each individual person has a specific role in the transaction. So for example, we have our lead generation department only focused on lead gen. We have our lead conversion department focused on conversion. We have our inside sales team, and the job of an inside sales team is to call the leads that come in to check the timing motivation. If they're ready to buy and sell now, then we book it to our outside sales team. So our outside sales team, my outside sales agent partner, they just show up at the buyers and listing appointments. Now, think about it. That means the way we, by definition of the way we put together our office infrastructure here, these are all W-2 positions, right? That means my payroll is like, I have to make sure everybody's on W-2. But when the agents join my team, I have to make sure the agent have to be extremely successful. Why? Because when the agents are not successful, if the agent makes zero money, that means I lose money. Like I'm negative just because of the payroll. And I'm not even talking about the advertising in the radio. And I'm not even talking about that. That's on top of it, right? So because of that, the training has to be very, it's not just random ideas, right? The training is really literally a proven system done by billion-dollar real estate agents, myself and 3 others. So literally, it's kind of like a franchise prototype. So when the agents show up, when the agents join our training, it's not a motivational pep talk, but it really is how, what to do, what to say when you show up at the buyers and listing appointment. So that's what we do. And the traditional brokerage, going back to what your question just now, like why other people? Well, I think this is where there is a brokenness in the system, because the traditional real estate industry, the broker is just a place for the agents to hang their license, because the law requires real estate agents to hang their license at the brokerage. So the broker is nothing more than just a place to hang license. I remember when I was with traditional brokerage before, the trainer is essentially just a pep talk, right? We have home warranty, termite, home inspection. People that never sell real estate, they're teaching us, or at least hoping to teach us how to sell real estate. And that's why really the training is very meaningless, because it's just a pep talk. It's just the broker just trying to fill the time. Right. So they're trying to make sure the agent psychologically feel good, right? So it's a different motivation, William. They try to pump up the agent, making them feel good. For us, we don't have the time to make you feel good. We want to make sure that you are successful, because we spend real money every month to generate face-to-face buyers and listing appointments for you. So you better be converting. Otherwise, we'll lose the money.
No, that makes perfect sense. So do you require your agents to keep up their training yearly, or is it monthly? How do you go about your training to make sure they're on top of their game? They know the new rules, because as you know, like I invest in real estate, but my God, it seems like everything is changing. You know, creative financing might not be this way, but you could use traditional financing or FHA loans, or, you know, get a private lender, you know, because as investors, you know, you got to keep up with what's happening. Do you require your agents to keep up with what's happening also?
Yeah, daily. Our training system actually is daily, from 8 to 9. From okay. 8 to 9, from 8 to 9 every day. And the reason because of this, William, anything good in life, right? Anything good in your life is because you are committed to it, right? You can see anything in your marriage, in your life. Anything good in your life is because you are committed to it. Remember, we spend our advertising budget is in 7 digits. So when we send an agent to show up at the buyers and listing appointments, we really want them to be successful. So the only way to do that, so for 1 hour every day from 8 to 9, we role play, we practice, we keep up with all the updates, any changes, like you said, because it's constant, right? We want to lead the change, like we don't want to be responding to the change. So that's why it's every day. And 8 to 9 it's only an hour. But on top of that, let's say you have to miss that for whatever reason, right? There's some emergency, you have to go to hospital, whatever. But so every one of our training is available online at your home sold guaranteed realty university. So the agents have access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the cool thing about this online platform, and this is, I guess, if anything good coming out of COVID, is because of now it forced us to systemize everything online. So the cool thing about this online training platform, William, is that instead of a 1 hour session, which is for agents, it seems long, we break it down into like 5-minute session. So now if you're an agent, you are about to go to a listing appointments, buyers appointments, or you want to get updates on whatever, between 3 to 5 minutes, you can see the topics, you watch it, you'll be in and out in 3 to 5 minutes. So, and then at the end of it, to make sure the level of comprehension is there, at the end of that 3 to 5 minutes, we put like a little quiz, you know, so you have to pass that.
Okay. Oh, I love that. That's great. I mean, to me, that's perfect, because you're keeping your agents on top of things. You have the training available 24/7, which is important. And then you give a little quiz. I love that. We're talking with Rudy L. Kusuma. So for you, how did you build your team? Like when you started, you know, you got your business. Did you handpick your team as you went along, and you say, hey, I could work with this guy as a lead generation. I could have this person as a closer. I could have this person as, as my backup if I'm not around. How, you know, it's always important to have a good team. How did you build yours through the last couple of years?
Well, the last couple of years is very different than, so when I first get started, it's just overflow of business. But now we got to systemize. So how do we systemize this? So in the last couple of years, to answer your question, is the foundation of it is the core values. So
Right.
first, we need to hire the right people. When I say the right people, means they really understand what is it that we are trying to accomplish. Because what I realized by working with people all this time, William, I realized the skill, we can actually train the skill. In fact, many of our top producers here, millionaires, real estate agents here, when I first met them, they didn't even have a license.
Oh, wow.
So the skill, we can always train the skill, right? But if the mindset, if the attitude, that we cannot change. You know, some people feel just negative, it's very dangerous. So first, we need to hire the right people who understand your vision. That means you have to have a vision, the mission, the core values. So when we hire and fire based on the core values. And then the second thing, so number one is the right people, and right people based on the core values. And then the second one, right people on the right seat. Now, the right seat means what's the skill that required here? So for example, if their position is an inside sales team, which their job is mainly on the telephone to follow up with the clients, then we want somebody that has a beautiful voice, right? So people like me, I wouldn't qualify. So we want somebody has a good voice on the telephone, right?
Right.
Very calm, right? So we want somebody like, so at least that's the skill, right?
Wow. Okay.
That's the skill. And then on the sales position on the outside, we are looking for somebody who can close the deal. So we use this assessment called DISC assessment,
Okay.
developed by Dr. Marston. Is the guy who created lie detector, you know. So he have this assessment called the DISC assessment based on personality. So we look at the position, the seat, which position that they are applying to, and then we look at so for example, if somebody doing the accounting, we need somebody who's a little bit more detail oriented, versus somebody in the sales position, they don't need to be as detail oriented. So it's kind of like,
Right.
so we are looking at that, right? So the skill, that's the aptitude, but obviously that's just the basic skill. I mean, the basic personality, but then the actual skill we can always train. We are never, I'm not worried about the how to, right? So in fact, if we think you are good in sales, we will train you. In California, in less than 3 months, I can get you a real estate license.
Right.
We
Wow.
have our own, we have our own pre-licensing real estate school that can help you get licensed if we believe that you are the right person for that position. So to answer the question, number one is the right person based on core values is the measurement. And then the right person on the right seat. Right seat is based on the job description, their personality, detail oriented, and then the last right person, right seat, right attitude. Attitude is how do you see the world, right? So like, how do you see the world means like, are you kind of like, man, this is like always bad. Like this, some people is always bad. So no matter what, even if you give them a face-to-face buyer and listing appointments, some people, the one that's like negative will always say, well, the appointments is no good. What do you mean the leads is no good, right? The leads buying a house, but not with you. So what's it, right? So there's always two personality. For me, I like to learn, right? Meaning it's for me, I ask question like, how can I do it? Right? I was a science, like I was like a mathematics, astronomy major. I don't know anything about sales, but I ask question like how? How can I do this? But some people, they don't ask how, they just say, it's no good. Then we cannot help that. That's an attitude, right? So do you have the desire to learn? Do you have the desire to continue improving yourself to be the best version of yourself? So that's what we're looking for. Those are the three. So those are the three
Right.
criteria when we are doing this interview process.
No, and I think just you hit it right on the head, Rudy. It's sometimes the attitude, people will see the glass as half empty instead of half full, and you could do anything you want in terms of training and showing me, hey, this is a good lead. But if you don't got the attitude where you have these three values that you're looking for, but if that personality where they think everything is it's not good, it's a bad lead, you can't help them because their mindset is not right. So I think that's a great way of putting it is, what, the mindset is so important. So what's next for you and your business? What are you guys are looking to do in the next 2 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months? If I know it's hard to predict the future, but if you have any goals to come up for you and your team.
Well, we wanna help. I realize there's many real estate agents who's trying to, like, they're not lazy. They're hardworking people. It's just that nobody show them the way. It's lack of clarity, right? Because the industry norms and standards essentially just teaching real estate agents the way to be successful is you have to cold call thousands of homes, door knock thousands of homes, and I did all that. I have dogs chase me, right? So, but that's what the industry has been teaching real estate agents. So my passion now here at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, our passion is to help real estate agents to grow, develop their own team. So we believe the future of real estate is either you join an existing team that we're going to generate buyer and listing appointments for you. Literally, you just show up at the buyers and listing appointments, or you build your own team where you replicate this model so you can serve more clients. So we believe the future of real estate, either you join a team or build your own team. So the vision here is to help 1,000 real estate agents to partner up with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty here in California.
Well, listen, we need you to have an office in New York one day. So
Yeah.
we want you to come down to New York one day. First of all, Rudy, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to peer-to-peer real estate. I so much enjoyed this conversation and learned a lot. And before I let you go, I just wanted a couple more questions. So what keeps you motivated daily? I mean, I already could tell, but for some of my audience that might not know, or, maybe they hear this show differently, what keeps you motivated daily?
What keeps me motivated? I think, you and I, we live here for a very short period of time, right? So I think what drives me all this time is really be the best version of yourself. Like, God put you here on earth. Like, there is a purpose in your life. There's a purpose in your business. Like, find the purpose in your life. Find the purpose in your business. Like, why are you being placed here? Why you're being placed to do whatever you do? It doesn't matter, right? Whatever you do, like, why you do that. And I think once you know that's your purpose, that's your calling, then naturally you want to be the best version of yourself, right? So every day until now, like next week, I'll be going to this conference. Like, nobody asked me to go, but I have the desire. How can we always be the best version of myself? How can we be the best version of this organization, of this team model? Because now especially the more you grow, now we have almost like 170 real estate agents partners. So we have, with all the assistants here, like almost 250 families. That's a part of our office here. So now it becomes a responsibility, right? You have to be you have to always be the best version of yourself so you can serve other people, because now you have many other families that's dependent on you. And I think, I don't know, for me, it gets me excited, right? Get me excited to always improve, to serve more people, to always, there's no ending. There's no ending. Life is a continual journey, but that's what keeps me going every day, William, to be the best version of myself, because I know the purpose to be here on earth is in the short period of time. One day you and I will not be here, right? One day we're gonna die. But when we die, the question is this: what's your legacy, right? What's your legacy? Your legacy is how many people that you touch, how many souls that you touch while you are here. Then that's gonna be your legacy, right? Because you cannot take the money, whatever. I mean, you can eat whatever you want, but then there's a time, right? There's so much food, there's so much vacation, there's so much stuff that you enjoy, but at the end of the day, these things are temporary, right? So what gets me excited is that I want to live as many positive impact in people's lives.
No, I mean, listen, I think that's a great way to say it, is leave an impact, leave a legacy, have people remember you when you're long gone. So I definitely get it. So you have co-authored a few books. So talk about the book, because I always ask my guests to recommend books. So we talked about Rich Dad Poor Dad, which to me, that's like the standard when it comes to business, to learn about business. Rich Dad Poor Dad. But talk about your books that you co-author. I know you did one with Jack Canfield, which I'm a big fan of his. So talk about the books that you have co-authored.
Yes, I think about 5 years ago, Jack Canfield and we wrote this book called the Soul of Success. Essentially, on the Soul of Success, we talk about the core values on a business, like exactly what you are asking just now. Like, really, how do you grow up? How do you keep the team together, right? So we talk about in the book, I share in details each one of our core values. How do you, what does it mean when we say you hire and fire based on core values? Coincidentally, everything that we talk about here today is, yeah, that's the soul of success. Like what drives you, what motivates you. It's essentially your life is bigger than your business. Your business is designed for others. So in the book, we talk about what does it mean when we talk about your business. Your business is not for you. Your business is designed to serve others. So that's what the book is all about. But our core values.
All right. And go ahead, talk about the other ones. No, I want to hear about it because, like I said, when I read your biography, I'm like, wow, he co-authored this book, co-authored that book. You were on the Brian Tracy show, right? If I read that right. So yeah, talk about the other stuff. That's exciting.
Yeah, on the Brian Tracy show, this is about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. When I first talked about the team concept, there was no team, right? So there was no everything that you see today. Back then, it's just it's a concept. So on the show, on the Brian Tracy show, we talk about the real estate office of the future. So the real estate office of the future is essentially where each individual person has a specific role in the transaction. I talk about the problem in our industry today. Real estate industry is basically the brokers. Really, there is no value other than a place for agents to hang their license, right? So we want to redefine, we want to change how real estate is done. That's why we call it the real estate office of the future, where the broker actually has a place for agents to develop their team, right? Because either you join a team or you build your own team. Because today, our competition today is not the other agents. Our competition today is this multi-billion dollars technology company, mega team with millions of dollars in advertising budget. So a solo agent that work hard, because that's what the industry norms and standards, meaning they ask real estate agents to door knock 1,000 doors and stuff like that. That's obsolete. The agents are working hard, doing everything that everybody telling them to do. At the end of the year, there is no result. In fact, William, if you look at the National Association of Realtors website, the average real estate agent's income is less than $45,000 a year. These are agents with at least 10 years of experience. Wow. Brand new agents with less than 2 years experience, income is less than $9,000 a year.
Oh my God, you're not making anything then. And especially if you're living in New York or in a major city, it's like almost you can't survive on that. Wow, I didn't know it was that low, that type of income. So I see where you want to make the change. That's amazing. And I salute you for that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's, and if you look at average typical real estate agents in your area, these are not lazy people. These are people who work very hard 7 days a week, and they leave their family, right, to do this door knocking, whatever. And then at the end of the year, there is no result. And if you look at the statistics, many of the real estate agents profession has one of the highest divorce rate in the industry. So my point is this: people are working hard, doing what the industry asking them to do, and there is no result. And we believe that we have the solution. So that's what keeps us going. And the other book that I co-author with Craig Proctor, the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world, Todd Walters, is called Death of Traditional Real Estate Agents. I know the title, we make the title a little bit more sexy and controversial, you know, it's to grab your attention, but we believe the reason we call it Death of the Traditional Real Estate Agents and the Rise of a Super Profitable Sales Team. That's the title of the book, Death of Traditional Real Estate Agents and the Rise of a Super Profitable Sales Team, is because we want to redefine the job of a real estate agent. So if any real estate agents watching this show here, I want to encourage you, go to Amazon and go buy this book called Death of Traditional Real Estate Agents and the Rise of Super Profitable Sales Team, so you can see how you can restructure your business right? Or you can basically either you join a team or you build your own team. So in the book, William, we actually step by step, we dissect our lead generation, how you can generate clients to call you instead of you begging for business. Number two, we show you how you can convert those leads that call you so you can convert it to a face-to-face buyers and listing appointments. Number three, we show you how to generate the clients that you already have to become your clients for life. We don't believe in our office here, we don't have past clients. We only have clients for life. Once we are in business for life, right? So those are the three systems that made up the real estate office of the future: lead generation, lead conversion, and clients for life system.
No, that's great. I'll definitely put that on the show notes. And if somebody want to get in contact with you to learn more about you and your business, where should they go?
Yeah, so for real estate agents who's learning, who wants to learn more about our team system, I want to invite you to our virtual backstage tour of our real estate office. So it's available online. Go to www.topagentsfreedom.com. So it's www.topagentsfreedom.com.
Freedom.com.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Well, first of all, again, Rudy, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on Peer-to-Peer Real Estate Show. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, William.
I had a great time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, everyone, that was Rudy Kusuma, and you can find him at yourhomesoldguaranteedrealty.com. That's yourhomesoldguaranteedrealty.com. Rudy, again, thank you so much for being on Peer-to-Peer Real Estate Show. Really appreciate it. You can find me at peer-to-peerrealestate.com. That's peer, number 2, peerrealestate.com. Check out our past shows and check out our blog. Also, when you get a chance, please go to Apple Podcasts. Please subscribe, leave a review. Tell us how we can make this show better. And before I go, guys, just a couple more things. Do not give up on your dreams. Fight for it, guard it, protect it. Don't let anyone talk you out of it. And I really believe if you keep the momentum going, good things will happen. On behalf of Peer-to-Peer Real Estate, I'm William Morales. Until next time, thanks everybody. Have a great day and please stay safe. Bye.